What's up, y'all? I did make a short saying that I was gonna do this video, so I'm gonna eat my meal real quick. Ground turkey, rice, and some salsa verde, mild. Big old thing of water. So, I guess this is me coming clean, kind of. Oh. Stole a couple French fries from my wife. But I guess this is me coming clean, kind of. Not really. So, give you guys a background story, how I even got into working out. I started working out probably around junior year of high school in my weight training class. And then also 7th grade football, we used to work out during the summer times for training. So right around 7th grade, I've been kind of working out, you know, not really knowing what I was doing, but yeah. It wasn't really until like junior year when I got into or pretty much freshman year, I guess I'd say, because freshman year would be the start of me working out because I was in wrestling. So I started lifting weights or working out during wrestling, only during the wrestling season, from my freshman year into my junior year. So I've probably been working out since I was I graduated young. I was only 17 when I graduated, so I had to have been 13 or 14 or something like that. But I started working out for wrestling to get bigger, because my freshman year I was only 96 pounds or something like that. I was small. I was a tiny kid. And then sophomore year came around. I was still a tiny kid. Weight went up a little bit because I was eating a little bit more. Weight went up to like maybe 112. Again, only wrestling in the wintertime, or only lifting weights in the wintertime because wrestling. Really wasn't until my junior year of high school that I actually started. I had a weight training class. And then I was also working out for wrestling. So I was pretty much working out all school year. And then right around my junior year, I bumped up to like 130, 125. And then my senior year of high school, I bumped up to the 145-pound weight class. And again, I was actually working out quite a bit during the summertime at my home gym, which there wasn't really much for me to do in that home gym. It was pretty small. But I put on a little bit of mass. Fast forward to me graduating high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know if I wanted to go to school. I didn't get a scholarship for wrestling or anything like that, like I hoped. So I got into construction. I did that for a while. Just didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was watching a bunch of fitness YouTubers on YouTube. And that's when I made the decision. I was like, I really want to become a bodybuilder, or attempt to. I've had a lot of people back then tell me I wasn't going to be very big, I wasn't going to get anywhere with it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to keep pushing. I pushed through probably until I was like 19 years old, and I just I blew up quite a bit. I believe I did blow up quite a bit. I'm gonna throw pictures in to this video of when I first started, or before I first started, and then from when I started, per se, bodybuilding, or what I thought was bodybuilding. So then I kind of didn't see the gains starting up again. So then, you know, I kind of hit a plateau, and I was like, what am I even doing this for? Maybe everybody was right. So I stopped working out. I stopped going to the gym, and I was like, all right, whatever. Just concentrate on work and everything like that. And then it wasn't until I was probably like 19 it was like 19 years old, 19 to 20 years old, I got back in the gym, and then I slowly got back out of the gym because I cared more about partying and drinking and partying and doing stupid shit. So then I didn't go back to the gym probably for a while. Rarely went to the gym. It wasn't, and then fast forward until probably about, because I didn't even go back to the gym until what am I, 26 now, so my daughter just turned 3, so that's 23. So around 20, I'd probably say around when I was 22, I didn't really start getting back in the gym. And I thought my phone stopped recording. And so I got back in the gym right around when I was 22 years old. And then I went kind of on and off. Again, you know, it didn't really interest me or anything like that because I wasn't seeing any progression. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep this long but short at the same time. So we're gonna fast forward all the way up until probably 2 years ago or so. Yeah, it's probably going on 2 years. So I started hitting the gym again when I had turned 24. I kept on going. So I wasn't seeing very much going on. By the time I turned 25, I was like, okay. I started doing research on this supplement called turkesterone and doing my research on that, seeing what it does, how, you know, I didn't know anything. Turkesterone, I did all my research on it before I even started taking it. I actually was taking DHEA before I had took turkesterone. But, you know, DHEA didn't really do anything for me at all. But I started taking turkesterone. The reason why I started taking turkesterone is because I wasn't seeing any mass growth. And people were saying that this supplement was just as good as Anavar. And I was like, huh, okay, well, if it doesn't really do anything and you're still natural on turkesterone, let me try it, okay? I don't want to hop at anything right now. So I tried turkesterone for 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, and my weight went from, my stuck weight was at 175. After starting turkesterone for that 4 to 6 months range, my weight went from 175 all the way up to 185 pounds, like that. I just blew up. Now, mind you, I was 175 pounds and I had probably about 20% of body fat on my body. 20, maybe more. So I was kind of chubby. When I started taking testosterone, I watched my weight climb and my body fat started to decline. So I was like, wow, okay, this shit actually works. And I thought it was just insane. And I was like, wow, this shit actually works. After that, I had got a new gym membership at another gym. Started doing research on other things, SARM-wise. Did a lot of research on like Rad 140, YK11, carnitine, everything that had to do with things like that. Started doing my research on that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna test this out for myself, since this natural product, I just hyper responded to it. So I'm gonna try this other stuff. So I tried, mind you, do not do everything that I do. I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling my story and how everything worked for me. So I started taking Rad 140, and I also got stuck at 185. I wasn't growing anymore. I couldn't see any more growth. My weight wasn't going back up. I was just stuck for the next couple of months after that. I hit another plateau. I tried eating more food, and I just was stuck. So I started taking, I was like, I'm gonna pull the plug. I started taking Rad 140. And when I started taking Rad 140, didn't really feel anything, didn't really see anything for, that month, that first cycle, which that first month cycle, I only did 10 mgs for the first month. And then I bumped it up. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not really seeing much from... Quiet. I was like, okay, I'm not really seeing much from that 10. I'm gonna bump it up to 20. When I bumped it up to 20, I was like, okay, I'm seeing a little bit, but it's not as much as I want it to be. So then I waited a couple of weeks and kept going, and then I was just like, okay, well, it's not doing what I wanted to. So I bumped it up to 30. When I hit that 30, my weight went from 185 to 195 real fucking quick. I mean, it had to have been 2-3 months. Or, I don't know. It was in the span of, I just kept bumping it up. So like, it's a 12-week cycle, and there's only 4 weeks in a month. So the first half of the month, I didn't see anything, so I bumped it up from 10 to 20. Then the next month came, and then I just was like, okay, I'm not really seeing anything. So then I bumped it up to 30, which is the max dose that this says on the bottle to take. After I bumped it up to that 30, weight just started to get piled on. I could tell that I was getting bigger. I could see the change happening through every other week. I was like, damn, this shit actually fucking works. I'm getting bigger. I'm gaining more weight. It was just, I was starting to be happy. I was getting the mass that I wanted to get. And then I ended that 12-week cycle. I stayed off for probably about 6 weeks. I PCT'd. And then after that 6 weeks was up, I started going into a cut. So for my show, I started on my cycle of YK11. And then also had MK677 in with that with that cycle YK11. Big mistake, because YK11 makes you fucking hungry. But I was dumb. I knew it was gonna make me hungry. I just didn't really care. I was like, I'm trying to keep the mass that I've already put on. Mind you, YK11 is a myostatin inhibitor, so it's gonna freaking make you produce more myostatin to get bigger. YK11, let's just put it as, because creatine is also a myostatin inhibitor, and yeah, so it's pretty much like, we'll just say it's a formulated type of creatine on fucking crack. So I was doing that cycle of MK and YK, and I was putting on quite a bit of mass, but I wasn't losing the weight for my show like I would wanted to. So then I cut the MK out, and then I continued with my YK. YK is probably has more side effects than Rad 140 from what everybody was telling me of the videos that I was watching. Tatum, enough. Of the videos that I was watching. So I finished that cycle, waited another 6 weeks, and then I went, actually I didn't even hop back on anything, which I should have. I should have cut myself off and went back on Rad 140 and continued on cutting for the show, because I lost a shit ton of muscle mass cutting for this show, and I wasn't burning the fat correctly because my body was holding onto the fat and was attacking the muscle instead of burning the fat, because my metabolism was so fucking high. And when your body gets to a certain point and having body fat, and your body's going to start telling your body's going to start telling itself, okay, body fat's low enough, we need to freaking take energy and burn it from someplace else. So it's going to start burning your fat, or it's going to start burning your muscle instead of the fat, to keep the body fat, to protect your organs and keep you warm and everything like that. And I think I had got down to when I had checked, it was saying that I was about 9.5, 9.6% body fat. And I went into my show looking like that. I was not cut. I didn't have, I'll put up a picture from my show. I wasn't happy with my physique, but I wasn't gonna quit the show and drop out of the show, because I would have liked the experience. It was my first show. So I still continued with it, because you're not gonna learn until you do. So then I did that show, and then after that show is when I went right back on cycle, or a couple months after that, I had went right back on cycle with my Rad 140. And I think that cycle had just ended. I only did a 4-week cycle of Rad 140 because I've been trying to get a hold of my doctors and get me in to get a hormone test done, or a hormone panel done, but they're booked out till frickin' January, and I've been trying to get myself in there earlier. I'm probably gonna end up putting forth the money itself to just go through somebody I know that has their own company to get my hormone panel done. So that's probably what I'm doing. It's like, I don't know, from $100 to $200 to get my hormone panel done for all hormones in men's health. Like, it's a little full panel. You can either get your test panel, just a test panel done to range your test, but the whole panel level is probably about $140 or so, like that. But they do have a discount code that I can use, and it'll be probably like just under $100. So I'll probably end up doing that to get my panel done. So I haven't went back on anything since then. So right now I'm stone cold natural. until I get my panel done. I haven't taken any Turk, haven't taken anything that's gonna boost my testosterone or anything like that, because I wanna get my panel done before I start up again. Just to know, okay, do I have to be on TRT? If I have to be on TRT, then I'm gonna add TRT into my cycle as a base, because why not? If I need it, then I need it. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now, and I'll probably add a couple of the pictures into this video, and I'll probably add a few workout clips into this. It might be a little bit of longer video, but hey, and actually I don't look half bad still for being off cycle, and because normally when you go off cycle you get fat, but I still look pretty fucking good. Actually, my doctor's is calling me right now, so I'm gonna pick that up. All right, so yeah, that was my doctor's. They're calling me. They've been trying to send me over some emails and stuff to get this all figured out. So, my kid is being a freaking crackhead. I don't know why she's being a crackhead. She only decides to do this when I'm trying to talk to the camera. But, yeah. Hi. Catch you for the rest of the vlog. Oh, yeah, I also forgot to say in the last clip, before I cut for my show, when I was on my first cycle, my weight got up to right around, I was like 195, and then right before my cut hit, I was pretty close to cutting 200 pounds. I was like 198 or something like that. This is what I'm weighing right now. Weighing about 181. And I'm a couple of months post show. It is very, very, very fucking difficult for me to gain any type of weight. But and now I got to take a pace. By the way, my arms, I measured them. My arms gained 1.5 inches. Well, about an inch. I wouldn't say 1.5 inches, because they did go back down. About 1 inch after my last cycle. This cycle after my show, my arms went up 1 inch. That's how well I react with these supplements. And people ask me, why wouldn't you just do the real thing? Why don't you just hop on Real Gear? Well, because why am I gonna hop on Real Gear if the thing that I'm already taking right now, I can react to it. Like, my body goes good with it. No, I don't got any guy now. I just got some fucking weird nipples. No guy now. But why would I change something that I hyper respond to if I'm already hyper responding to this and I'm gaining a shit ton of mass from it? Why would I want to hop on Real Gear and have more side effects than the side effects that will already come up? Like the hair loss, the possible hair loss, the possible freaking
test just straight drop when you come off. That's why you PCT on it. The anger issues that come with it, which I have not had a single, nothing bad has happened to me. I haven't noticed a heavy drop in my T levels. Last cycle, I kind of did last cycle for like a day. I felt like complete dog shit after my cycle. But yeah. But after my show, my arms were I think they were 15 inches. After my show, I was 170 stage weight. And they were about 15 inches. Now they went up, okay, so I guess they did go up an inch and a half. Now they're 16 inches, 16-inch biceps. And if you haven't looked it up yet, look up Chris Bumstead's stats. Chris Bumstead's biceps are only 20 inches around. I did not know that. This man looks a hell of a lot bigger. And I was like, shit. I thought my fucking arms were tiny. And I'm not too far off from Chris Bumstead. So, yeah. I got little legs. I got little bitch legs. And my chest isn't really that big. Chris Bumstead is 230 stage weight. So think about it. I got a little bit more muscle mass to put on, and my lean muscle mass will just keep going up. I'm actually pretty lean right now. I really have to pee, so I'm gonna cut this clip. But yeah, I'm actually pretty lean right now for being an off season. But I want to keep it that way. That's why my weight's not going up very quick. And my weight's just going up on how much muscle I build. So, yeah. I'll catch you guys during the workout.